Carrier Ethernet did begin in the form of a cable going to a printer from a desktop, and clearly it's expanded from there. And I think this year what we've seen is another huge step forward in the expansion of Carrier Ethernet, driven by two very specific things. The first is the deployment of the MEF standard, MEF 33. This sits within Carrier Ethernet 2.0 of wholesale access services. This is now breaking the barrier of the services being able to move from one provider to another provider through several networks in order to reach all the sites worldwide, if needed, of customers. Now, in parallel, another huge driver for the expansion of Carrier Ethernet is occurring at the management level. And the MEF is concentrating a lot of its energy, a lot of its focus on allowing service providers to expand their services and indeed to deliver their services in a highly managed fashion. So out with the manual and in with the highly automated management standards and systems that are being built around those standards. More generally in the industry, I believe that everyone is very aware that there have been a couple of jolts, I will call them, and they have come largely from the data center space. They are called, as we all know, SDN and NFV. The significance of the move to take elements that have come out of the data center and are moving into the networking space, and how those two will then bridge is really a huge preoccupation for the industry, and in the eyes of many, a huge opportunity for the industry. So that has certainly been the focus over the last year. The networking industry has adopted a standards development process that it's followed now for very many years, and a lot of very well-known standards development organizations have been following the process. The process happens to be long, and the industry today is in the process of reacting to the length of time it takes to develop standards in the face of what is going on in the marketplace, and the ability of technologies to evolve very rapidly in the field, in the marketplace. And this is, I believe, essentially due to the increasing, or rather the strong tendency for software development to be at the center of product development. So software can be developed very quickly. Standards need to be able also to be developed much more quickly. And so there are a number of newer SDOs that are adopting new ways to develop new kinds of standards, and to reduce the amount of time it takes the industry to agree on common language and agree on common ways of getting things done. And so I think that this is a remarkable development over the last 2 years, and we will be seeing it directly impact the standards development process of the MEF throughout this year and going into the future years. At Gen 14, there are going to be a lot of innovations concentrating on different areas of technology. Now, I'm involved in the testing part of the industry, and innovation is coming to the testing part of the industry. It's driven by the shift from hardware to software-centric products and solutions. And so clearly testing has to follow along, or indeed in some cases lead the way in this shift from a hardware hardware-centric world to a software-centric world. Now, testing needs to be based on requirements. Requirements need to be generated. And I think it's very clear today that the need to generate requirements and generate test plans from those requirements are also heavily influenced by innovative approaches to developing standards, to developing test plans. And I think that we will see the beginnings of the impact of this new approach to testing, new approach to standards development at Gen 14.